There was no hacker at the keyboard, no person deciding what to steal or when to strike. There was an AI agent running the entire operation by itself, from the first break-in all the way to the ransom note. Before we dive in, if you are new to the channel, quick context on why I'm the one telling you this. I'm J. Todd Jennings. I've spent about 30 years building and securing technology for companies. Threats like this one are exactly what I help mid-market leaders get ahead of. So when I say this changes the game, I'm not being dramatic, I mean it. CISDIG's threat research team documented the whole thing. They named it JADEPUFFER, and as far as they can tell, it's the first ransomware campaign ever run end-to-end by an AI language model with no human making the calls in the moment. I want to walk you through what it actually did, because the details are the part that matters, and the first detail is the one that stopped me cold. At one point in the attack, the agent tried to log into a system and it failed. Now picture how a human handles that. You read the error message, you think about what went wrong, you write a fix, you try again. On a good day, that's a few minutes. This thing diagnosed the failure, rewrote its own code, and pushed a working fix in 31 seconds. Then it just kept moving. And it didn't do this a handful of times. Researchers counted over 600 separate actions in one compressed window. Reconnaissance, credential theft, moving from system to system, setting up persistence so it could come back. All of it, one step after another, no coffee breaks, no hesitation. Here's the part that tells you a machine was driving. In its own code, it left notes, things like, "This is the largest database, drop it too." It explained its own targeting logic in plain English, right there in the payload. Human criminals don't annotate their crimes like that, but an AI model does it reflexively because that's just how these models write code. The intent was sitting right there in the file. Now here's what most business owners get wrong about an attack like this. You'd assume something this capable needs some exotic advanced way in. It didn't. It walked through the front door of a server that was sitting on the open internet with a known vulnerability, one that had a patch available, a door someone forgot to lock. That's the entire entry point. That's the uncomfortable truth in this whole story. The attacker was not sophisticated. The model was. The attacker just needed one system somebody never got around to fixing. And once it was in, watch how it moved. It swept the machine for stored secrets, API keys, cloud credentials, database passwords. It found credentials sitting on that server, and it used them to reach the next system and the next one. Each forgotten password was a bridge to somewhere more valuable. This is why where you store your credentials is not an IT detail. It's the difference between one compromised server and your entire environment. Then it reached the real target, a production database. And this is where it gets worse. When it encrypted the data, it generated the encryption key, printed it to the screen one time, and never saved it, never sent it anywhere, threw it away, which means even if the victim paid the ransom, there is nothing to buy back. No key exists, the data is simply gone. So if your entire plan was, we'll just pay if it ever happens to us, I need you to hear this clearly. That plan is dead. Paying assumes there's someone competent on the other end holding your key. Here, there wasn't. There was a program that deleted it. There's one more strange detail worth sitting with. The ransom note demanded Bitcoin, and it listed a wallet address. Researchers recognized that address instantly because it's the famous example, address printed all over Bitcoin's own documentation, the kind of address you'd use in a tutorial. The model very likely pulled it straight from its training data and pasted it in as if it were real. Think about what that means. The machine was confident, fast, effective, and at the same time capable of a careless mistake no professional criminal would make. That combination, ruthless and sloppy at once, is exactly what you're now up against. So let's talk about what this actually changes for you. For years, running ransomware took genuine skill, and that skill was the barrier quietly protecting most mid-market companies. Nobody good enough to pull this off was wasting their time on a business your size. That barrier is gone. The cost to run one of these agents is now close to nothing. The intelligence is rented by the hour, which means the thing protecting you can no longer be that you're small or overlooked. It has to be basic hygiene done consistently. 3 things, not theory. These come straight from the researchers who found this. 1. Patch your internet-facing systems and stop leaving admin logins and databases exposed to the open internet. That one forgotten server is what started this entire chain. 2. Stop storing cloud keys and passwords on the machines that run your applications. The moment the agent got in, it went hunting for exactly those and used them to spread. Scope your secrets somewhere separate and locked down. 3. Watch what your systems do, not just who logs in. This attack didn't look like a suspicious stranger. It looked like ordinary database activity, just moving impossibly fast. If you're only watching logins, you'll miss it entirely. Here's the shift I want you to walk away with. For years, we defended against smart attackers, and skilled humans are rare. Now, the attacker is a cheap program, and the intelligence is rented by the hour. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't hesitate, and it will try every old vulnerability you never closed across thousands of targets at once. for almost nothing. The companies that come through the next year in good shape won't be the ones with the fanciest tools. They'll be the ones who closed the doors they forgot were open and who got ahead of where this is going instead of reacting to it. That second part is the harder one, because AI is changing what attacks look like and what your own operations should look like at the same time, and most teams are trying to figure out both on the fly. If that's where you are right now, whether you've got a specific security concern or you're just trying to build an AI strategy that doesn't leave holes like this one, reach out. Send me a message. That's the conversation I have with mid-market leaders every week, and I'm happy to have it with you. I am J. Todd Jennings, and I will see you in the next one.